Okay, in the last lecture, we created the first thread on a Python practically, but if we want to know this is the term for multi-threaded programming. First, we define that what is a multi-thread programming. In the last lecture, we studied about the threading and the single threading. We also create a threading by using a function and subclasses and in the superclasses. In the next section, I have already 10 lecture about the classes and objects. I totally explained briefly with the classes. Like this is in the room. This is the first outer class inside a room. This is the light. This is the inner class as respect to the outer class room. Let we create a threading programming for this situation. The step one is same that from threading import. Step two, create a class. This is room, then a colon. Then inside a room, this is a step three that produce an inner class, which is a light in self. Define inner class. This is light. That self. This is I told you that what is a self in class sections. Then print that the text that you want, and you also put here the any other logic condition or any other expression which one to you. The fourth step is gives the target like t1 variable threaded, then target room dot light, and also same t2 like this and this and this. Okay, we can also pass the argument in here, in here. Now final step is the starting of the invoking the function which going to be threaded. The first one is t1 dot start like this, then t2, then t3, then t4, up to the n turn. This is called the multi-threaded programming. Let's do example of multi-threaded programming and see how this is working. Okay, in this tutorial we create a multi-threading and display a current working threads by using a class and not a subclass. In my last lectures, I told you that how we create a thread by using a main class and a subclass, and but in this lecture I only tell you that how we create a multi-threadings by using a class. This is like put a class here and I put a class like my thread here, and put a colon here, no other subclass like in my last lectures. Okay, put like define the number, self dot here, and put I is equal to 0 as in a last logic. We repeat a last logic. Okay, if I want to repeat and if I want to check the main current working threads, then I can also use print this command. This is not a compulsory. This is only to see the current thread like this. This is used to check the like current thread, and dot to show it we use dot get name like in here. Okay, in the next lecture, in the next step, we use a while loop to print a number that while I is less or equal to the 90. Put a colon here, then print I, and put an increment of like 6 between 0 and 90. Okay, now like let's create an object for a class. Then go here and put like object is equal to the my thread, which is in here. Next start, put a target for a thread that now put a target here, like put a target here like this. Put a target is equal to that obj dot our class, which I show in here, the function name, which the function which gonna to be threaded dot number. Okay, now start like t1 dot start. Okay, this is our program. First reformat code. Sorry, go to the code and reformat the code, or like this, and right click to run the program. That you can see that the system gave that you are only working on a thread 1, and which is under our the condition that 0 6 12, because it is a increment of 6, because between 0 to 90. Okay, this is our the single thread. If we want to produce a multi-threads which gonna to be accessed on the same data information like this, then I just copy these two lines, then I paste it and change the name like T2, and this is also for T2, and next for a third, control V, then put T3 here and put a T3 here. Okay, let's again on this program, right click and create. Okay, you can see that this produce like this is a thread 1, this is a thread 2, and now this is a thread 3. But one thing you should you see in this that system showed like this and like this. This depend upon that how the system is schedule of the threadings. If we again run this program, then you can see that this produces a beautiful thread, like this is a thread 1 like this, and this is a thread 2 like this, and this is a thread 3 which shows like this. Okay, in the next lecture I will told you that when we are using one data, one information having a different threaded to be accessed the same information, that the chances of intercept is increased, and sometime mistake is produced as in last step. This is a produce to work this by using synchronizing of threads. And the next lecture we will discuss about how we will do synchronizing of the threads.